Hi. This video will show you how to use a liberating touch sequence for opening to wholeness. Many of us would like to permanently alter a habit, create a new behavior pattern, manifest abundance and grace into our lives, experience equanimity and love, and move into alignment with the deepest calling of our heart. This process is tailor-made for the realization of our potential and wholeness. This 28-day or 4-week practice is also about liberating consciousness from constriction and resistance to the realization of desire in alignment with our truth, our highest self. Basically, Liberating Touch is a heart-centered energy therapy focused on self-realization. It combines the wisdom of the 4 tenets of truth, self-responsibility, peace, and love, with liberating, practical, hands-on exercises that allow anyone to heal, balance, and experience harmony in their lives. Liberating Touch incorporates the principles of emotional freedom techniques, more commonly known as EFT, Jinshinjutsu, common sense, with explorations in subtle energy and investigations into the way the mind stores suffering and the transformative power of love. It is an art that can help anyone progressively step into their truth and discover their innate power to heal themselves in all areas of their life, to discover an inborn happiness, and to realize the magnificence of the self. Now, more information on Liberating Touch is available on our website, www.emotionalhealthcenter.com. Now, before we begin, let me remind you that it is important that you take full responsibility for the use of this information, and of course it is copyrighted. Thank you. Now, this process is based on the premise that in reality we are divine, compassionate, joyous beings, capable of expressing the full gamut of infinite love and eternal truth. Our true potential is not confined to time and space, and yet we do not always express or reflect this. One can say that we are like rainbows, capable of communicating the entire spectrum of light, capable of manifesting the fullness of divine expression. But then stuff happens: trauma, disappointment, rejection, grief, anger, and so on. A fear is one of the big causes of this rainbow losing its vibrancy. So what happens is, when stuff happens, our frequencies, our vibration gets dimmed down, so to speak. It's almost like we're sort of turned down, or we lose a vibration, we lose a frequency, or we can't seem to be the fullness of who we are. And we experience this as lack, or as not quite living fully. Now, this sequence is to help us reclaim our power, our potential, and to be free to express the beauty of who we are. There is a PDF document that you can access with this video, which will further explain this process. And once you embark on this process, it is a good idea to practice it for 28 days, but I leave that up to you. Many of our clients use it as a one-off sequence to simply uplift, and others use it for 7 to 10 days to create a mini shift in their thinking. So the first step is the most difficult, because this requires your input, and you need to tune in. What exactly will be the phrase that will unlock, that will allow you to open the door and reclaim that feeling of lost vibration, reclaim your power? It is about becoming aware about what we are missing, what we lack, how to bring that vibration back to us, how to align ourselves with our heart's purpose, our heart's calling. Now, once we zero in on this, the rest is easy. We just simply follow the sequence. And But to zero in, let me give you an example how to do this. Say contentment, joyous contentment is missing from your life and you want to have this vibration back in your life. I would ask you, how would you know when you feel truly contented? What would it feel like, look like, taste like, sound like? I remember one client said to me when I asked her this question, what would it feel like? What would it look like? What would it taste like? And she smiled and she said, it would feel like a baby smile filling my heart. So the baby smile was the key to unlocking this door of contentment, of deeper, profound, authentic happiness. Now, what would that authentic happiness, that contentment feel like to you? For me, in this moment of time, contentment is experiencing profound gratitude in my inhale and exhale, diving into the pure pleasure of breathing. Knowing this, I can now rephrase this sensation as this grateful breath. This is my key to my contentment in this moment. So I can now use this key phrase in the Liberating Touch sequence to unlock the vibration of contentment. So now here is a sequence with the phrase, this grateful breath, added in. So if you look at your PDF document, you will notice that the sequence looks very much like this. So there are 4 steps and 4 phrases. Okay, so here are the 4 steps and phrases. And when you download the PDF, all you need to do is simply fill in the blank and play with that sequence for about 4 weeks. It's entirely up to you. So the first step is to rub your upper chest gently while repeating the phrase about 3 times. And then after that, we'll be touching the energy balancing locations while focusing on that key phrase. So you can try this out and repeat after me. Opening this body, mind, and heart consciousness to the energy and experience of the grateful breath. Opening this body, mind, and heart consciousness to the energy and experience of grateful breath. Opening this body, mind, and heart consciousness to the energy and experience of. Now, it'll be your phrase, but we're using this one for the moment, the grateful breath. Grateful breath, top of the head. Grateful breath. Then the area sort of midway around your center forehead. Grateful breath. Side of the eye. Repeating the phrase as you hold this area, whatever that phrase may be, but for the moment we're using grateful breath. Underneath the eye and the cheek area, grateful breath. And then underneath the nose, and I like to do both areas together. So just holding this while repeating your phrase, grateful breath. And in the area around the collarbone, upper chest, really rest your hands. Grateful breath. And then bring your hands to the underarm area and just rest it there, holding it. Grateful breath. Now inhale and exhale. We're going to do the next step. Now the next step requires us to place our fingers in the center of the palm, and you can actually have this resting on your lap, but just for ease for you to be able to see, I'm just going to rest my hands on my upper chest. And all we do is now repeat this phrase. Releasing all resistance, confusion, conflict, limitations to this grateful breath with every exhalation. Now we only need to say that phrase once, and then for this moment, You can count 3 to 6 or 3 to 9 exhalations, but for the purpose of this video, we're going to do 3 exhalations together. Now repeat that statement again. Releasing all resistance, confusion, conflict, and limitations to grateful breath with each exhalation. Now hold each finger in turn while repeating the phrase below. Liberating myself from all fear and attachment related to this grateful breath. Index finger. Liberating myself from all fear and attachment related to this grateful breath. Hold the middle finger. Liberating myself from all fear and attachment related to this grateful breath. Liberating myself from all fear and attachment to this grateful breath. And then the little finger. Liberating myself from all fear and attachment to this grateful breath. Now you can rest your hand on your heart area, both your hands, or one hand on the heart and one hand on the solar plexus. Go with what feels comfortable. For the purpose of this exercise, we're going to have both on the heart area. I like to have my left hand on my heart and the right hand on top. And this phrase is said slightly differently, so it's a bit like this. Repeat this part. Surrendering to the infinite and expansive possibilities of love and truth. Thank you. So it is. And then the phrase is said as an echo inside, not outside. So this, and then it is so. So let's do that again. Surrendering to the expansive and infinite possibilities of love and truth. Thank you. So it is. It is so. And that is the sequence. So having done that, how do you feel? Now, I have used the sequence in many ways. I have used it to nurture my body, to clear the mind, to relax, and to experience shifts in consciousness. Now I place this gift in your hands. Use it wisely to bring joy and harmony into this beautiful world of ours. May it infuse your life with happiness. Thank you. Goodbye.